Rain poured in sheets against the windshield. As Mr. Harrington gripped the steering wheel, his eyes locked on the flickering taillights ahead. Why is she driving into this part of town? He thought, following his quietest, most unassuming employee through streets he hadn't dared enter in years. Then as she pulled over, no streetlights, just the orange glow of a single, broken lamp. He watched as Emily stepped out of her old sedan, clutching 2 grocery bags, and disappeared into a crumbling brick building. A child's cry pierced through the storm. Earlier that day, in the polished marble halls of Harrington & Co., Emily had been invisible as always, arriving early, leaving late, never speaking unless spoken to. She was efficient, yes, but broken bar distant. Rumors swirled among coworkers. Maybe she was antisocial, maybe ungrateful. Harrington had half believed them himself until he noticed something odd. Every payday, her check was deposited within minutes. Not a single dime seemed to stay with her. Curiosity hardened into suspicion. Was she stealing? Supporting something shady? Tonight, he decided to follow her. He stepped out of his car, rain soaking through his suit as he pushed open the warped wooden door she had vanished behind. Insidious silence. Then, the sound of laughter. There she was, Emily, kneeling on a threadbare rug, unpacking groceries for 3 children who rushed to hug her. Their clothes were too small, patched and worn. One little boy climbed into her lap, whispering, "Thank you, Mama." Harrington froze. Mama? A frail woman in the corner lifted her head to Emily's sister, pale and weak, tethered to an oxygen tank. Emily's voice, soft but steady, filled the room. "Don't worry, I'll cover the rent. I worked extra hours this week. The kids won't go hungry." Harrington's throat tightened. This wasn't selfishness. This wasn't distance. Emily wasn't living for herself at all. Every spare penny, every ounce of energy was being poured into keeping this family alive. He backed away before she could see him, heart pounding with guilt and awe. The next morning, Emily arrived at the office as always, her hair damp from the rain, her expression calm. She nearly dropped the files in her hands when she saw him waiting by her desk. "Emily," Harrington said quietly, placing a folded envelope on the desk, "this company doesn't just employ you, it stands with you." She hesitated, eyes wide. Inside the envelope wasn't just money, it was a promotion, full benefits for her sister's treatment, and a note in his own handwriting. No one should carry this weight alone. For the first time since she joined the firm, Emily's eyes filled with tears, not of exhaustion, but of relief. The story closes with Harrington watching her smile faintly at her desk, realizing that the strongest people in his company weren't the ones with titles and power, but the ones who carried others quietly, without anyone noticing.